4 of your responses. So let's see. Now I guess all of you can read each other's responses. That's wonderful. So first of all, thank you for your participation. Now I could see the passages are varying in say number. I think most of you are supporting except Param. So Param, I think is yes. This is not the ultimate solution. So that's what Param has to say. But rest of three of you are in support of this statement. So you are saying that yes, that's the only remedy at the moment we have for this coronavirus. So that's what all of you have thought. So that's very good. We are talking about two things here in my feedback. Mm, yeah, that's true. You are supporting, but that's not the only solution. So that's true. Now, if we look at your write-up, we have four very beautiful examples of the attempts by four of you. So now let's see one by one. In terms of idea, when you talk, look at the example that we discussed in the PPT, that when you give a piece of write-up, so first of all, you have an idea. Let's say that, okay, social distancing is the only remedy available right now for coronavirus. So that's the idea. That's an opinion somebody is having. You may agree or you may disagree, but this is what it is. And then based on that, you will give your statement, which could be the one that is given to you. You can use it as a topic sentence, which many of you have. But you may say, for example, Param, you can take it as that, yes, it is an opinion, but key sentence is that it's not the ultimate solution, right? So you added one word to that one, that yes, at the moment that's the available option, but that's not the remedy, ultimate remedy. The vaccines are yet to be found, the other better measures are yet to be found, but in the available options, this is the good one, right? So that is what you can think of. Similarly, most of you could communicate your ideas, and it made some sense to me. Now, if you ask me, I would recommend a couple of things. One is, I see that most of you have written sentences which are slightly longer. When I say longer, means they are connected with the connecting words. What are the connecting words? Connecting words such as and, but, however, nevertheless, who, which, as connectors, not as a question. Let's say connector. This is the say remedy which is tried and tested. You can look at the example of America, which happened to that. By doing this, you will make your sentence a longer one, right? You can make a paragraph of a sentence, right, with the connectors and all. It's not impossible. The only problem would be it will be confusing for you to remember that, okay, what is the thread of your thought, and for the reader also. So ideally, you should go for shorter sentences and make sure that one sentence lead to another, and third and fourth. It is the worst kind is that you have all the sentences meaningful, but they are not connected. The first example we discussed today. Second could be that yes, you are talking sentences after sentences that are connected logically, but they are not leading anywhere. So what do you want to say? Do you want to say, yes, I am supporting it? Do you want to say, no, I'm not supporting it? Do you want to say that, yes, India has done great thing by applying social distancing by force? Or do you mean to say, oh, that's an available option, but what I wanted to say is that we should do this, this, and this. Do you see that? So step one is the sentences should be shorter. Step two could be you try and make it as short sentences as possible. Third, it should be, of course, logically connected. At the same time, it should also lead the paragraph to somewhere. The readers should be led towards somewhere, right? If you read the passage of the problem, this one, right? I guess you can see the screen, right? So this is talking about a problem and the available solution. So if you read again, you'll be able to see that the author is introducing something that, okay, maths is the only difficult subject for me, right? I cannot remember the numbers and formulas and equations and maths, and if at all I remember it by heart, I'm not able to apply it and solving the problems. So that's introduction of a problem, and the nature of the problem is explained. Sentence one, sentence two. and sentence 3, right? Then next sentence, if you see, now you say, okay, this is the problem, this is the nature of the problem. And then, well, I think this was because, now the reason why this problem existed. What is problem? First sentence. Nature of the problem, second sentence. Third problem, why it happened, right? So why, what is the reason, what is the cause of this problem? So that cause is given, that I missed a few of the classes in the standard, and then new topics were introduced in that time, and I could not do it, and I was away from school because of medical reasons almost for a month. And after that, I copied, I tried. So that is the reason, and then this is the tried, the remedies that I tried to overcome this problem, but it did not work. Now, because of this problem, because of this cause, and because of the situation, whatever I tried, now I'm left with two options: option one, option two, either getting tuition or getting compensation by getting good marks with the other. Can you see the logical connections? You are starting somewhere and you are leading somewhere. So that has to be there. Now, if you can read your passages again, the passages that you have tried, or you may also read your friends' passages, then do you think you are leading somewhere? Sentences are, of course, connected. In all four examples I read, they are connected, right? They are talking about one idea. They are talking about one context and one, say expression. But what is missing is that, is it leading somewhere? Are you trying to prove something, right? Or are you successfully able to do that, right? So that's what is required. So that's the area where you need to improve. So that's called the flow. There's a word, I'm not sure if you know, called, okay, do you know this word, coherence? I just shared in the chat, coherence, right? Any idea? Coherence? Coherence is basically the logical connection of the ideas, right? That it makes sense to me, right? It's like the story that goes, tying your cow with the coconut tree, right? I'll give you a small anecdote which I think will help you to understand the word coherence. Now, what is coherence? Now, remember, okay, I'll tell you a simple story. I guess it will help you. So there was this boy in school, standard 8. He was a very religious boy. So before every exam, he'll pray to God, prepare one essay for the language paper, would go to the language exam. The same essay would be asked. God was kind to him and prayers were heard. So the same essay would be asked. He would write that essay and life was beautiful. When he was in the ninth standard, he went to exam, of course, praying God. He prepared an essay on coconut tree, right? And he went to the language class. And when he opened the question paper, he found the essay was asked on cow. He said, how? How this happened this time? God is not kind to me. So what he did is he looked up, prayed to God, and then he started writing. What he started, he said, okay, cow is an animal. Cow has 4 legs. Cow has a tail. And in my family also, I have a cow. I like the cow, and my mother also likes the cow, and my mother bathes and looks after the cow. After bathing and milking the cow, my mother takes the cow to the backyard of my house where there is a coconut tree, and my mother ties the cow with the coconut tree, and this coconut tree is very beautiful. So let me tell you something about the coconut tree. Do you see the connection? So you are leading the topic that is asked and topic that you know, right? So you may talk about, let's say, economy, that yeah, distancing and all those things are fine, but what about the economy, right? No, the government of India has done commendable say work in applying lockdown 1, 2, 3, 4. That's, you are very clear. So you say, okay, distancing is fine, but it has to be applied also. See, it was not successfully applied in the foreign countries, but in India it was applied, and that's why I can say that application of lockdown has to be important as it is done in India. For example, 1, 2, 3 states and whatever statistics and information you have. So you start from unknown and then you lead it to the known, something of your territory. But that connection should be as logical as an example we discussed from cow to coconut tree. It should be seamless, right? Seamless is the word. I'm not sure if you know. You know the sim? not the SIM card wala SIM, this wala. You know this word seamless? There are three words, confusing words: SIM, SIM, and your mobile SIM. We are talking about the second word called seam. Seam is a joint. If you notice that if you have a clothing, you'll have the seam, right? Here also there are seam, but it is woven, and that's why there is no joint that is noticed. So seamless is something which is not having any joints, or even if there are joints, they are not noticed. They are so minutely and nicely done. So that's called seamless. It applies to the flow of narration also. When you are narrating something in a story, uh, it should be your effort, that you are doing it effortly. But for the reader, it would be seamless, that I did not notice how I was taken from this point to that point without any jerk, without any speed breaker, right? So when you are able to do that, then your writing will become coherent and your writing will have a seamless transition. So that's what I think you should aim at. The best thing to improve your say writing would be read. Start with the smaller passages. Don't take this WhatsApp and say Facebook forwards, because not all of them are of good quality. But on some good blogs, on some good websites, you may read blogs, because blogs would be very short say span in which you are going to explain something, right? So that what you can try. You can also go for say Scroll is a website wherein you can ask any question, and there are people who would try and answer this, or there are already answers available, very to the point answer, very logical answers in a passage or two, right? So try and read those passages that are written so well, right? So look at these examples, and then you try and develop your writing, right? So that's what I think of. So far as grammar and other things are concerned, I would suggest that you use the Grammarly and other, let's say MS Office. You have this chat with you can save it and paste this write up into your MS Word file, for example, or you may paste it in, let's say, Chrome, wherever the spell check is available and spell and grammar check is available. You best if you can paste this write up into MS Word, right? And then check, right? What are the green and red lines that will come across, right? So capital and small. So that's there. Right, so I'm sure that will help you. I'll not go into this correcting, which language teachers love to do. I'll not go into it. You just take help of MS Office, and I'm sure it will help you to connect. The only feedback I'll give is try and make shorter sentences. The bigger sentences, longer sentences, more chances that you might make a mistake, right? So that's there. Before we end, I just want to give you one more task, which you can prepare. Take your time, prepare it, and then you can mail it to me. You already have my mail address. I want you to try just 5, 7 sentences. 7 is the maximum, 4 is minimum. 4 to 5 should be there at least, and maximum 7, 8 at the most, not more than say 7, 8 sentences. I want you to try this and mail it to me. Right? I don't promise to answer all one to one, but nevertheless, you can ask me the question. I'll try and read, and I'll take some time to respond. But please do it so that we can discuss further. Because tomorrow we are going to talk about essay writing. Essay is also writing, but it's like step one is sentences. Step two that we tried today was a paragraph. Tomorrow the essay would be where number of paragraphs would be there, connecting paragraph to paragraph. So that will be slightly longer, say write up that is expected. But before that, you should be clear with your paragraph writing, right? So that's what you should try. Now, before I end, I just want to ask if you have any say questions, queries. Feel free to ask. I'll try and answer in a way I can. Right? So please share your queries, questions, feedback. Yeah. Okay, fine. So no questions, I believe. Okay, no questions so far. Wonderful. Now, I just want you to try writing this passage and mail it to me. Those who have tried, they can also rewrite the new topic that we shared with you, which is to write about why did you choose to become, say, computer engineer, right? And then you may share the story that you have, but the challenge would be to mention your entire story into 7 sentences, right? Why did you choose to become, say, a computer engineer? Right, so there must be some story, there must be some reasons, that you must be some consideration that you had, right? So based on that, you prepare this write up and then you mail it to me, and then I'll try and respond to you. Fine. So that's what is my request from my side. I think question answers we try to incorporate. So thank you for your participation. See you tomorrow with yes, you are welcome. So see you tomorrow with the essay writing that will be there. It will make sense to you only if you try writing. Please understand. Theoretically, technically, okay, these are the techniques I understood. But until you try writing, you will not understand the application part. So I would strongly recommend that you try writing at least a small passage, right? And then I'm sure it will help you, right? So thank you for your participation. See you tomorrow with webinar on uh, essay writing, right? So thank you for your participation.